But we watched him last year with me out there playing wide receiver, right? He was throwing the football to guys, and they were actually tipping it to the defensive players for pick sixes. And all he did was find a way to put his team in the opportunity or put his team in a position where they needed one drive from him to win it all.
Patrick Mahomes may be on his way to claiming the title of the greatest of all time, which is crazy to say because nobody thought we'd ever see another player as good as Tom Brady again. But now when you look up, at age 28, Mahomes already has half the Super Bowls that Brady had, and he just accomplished his most impressive one, winning it all with a pretty subpar receiving core. One thing that was so special about Tom Brady was his ability to find ways to win no matter the situation. He was so good at those check down passes, and when his back was against the wall, he always stayed composed, and to me, he was one of the smartest players to ever touch a football. But Mahomes is the same way, and some of the stuff he does is very wizardish. When you can make throws like this,
Mahomes magic inside the 5,
you're automatically going to separate yourself from the crowd. But for as good as Mahomes is now, he sort of had an unconventional upbringing to the league. He played at Texas Tech, which is a really good school, but he didn't go to Bama, Michigan, or Ohio State. But honestly, if you look at the elite QBs of the past few years, really, a lot of them came from so-called smaller football schools, like Lamar Jackson at Louisville and Josh Allen at Wyoming. In his first year on the field, he put up 1,547 yards. But the 2 years after that were just unbelievable. In 2015, he threw for 4,653 yards, and then in 2016, he broke the 5,000 yard mark, throwing for 5,052 yards. Mahomes was ranked as the number 398 prospect in the 2014 recruiting class. And according to 247 Sports composite rankings, he was the number 29 pro-style quarterback prospect and the number 82 player in the state of Texas. So stories like this are always super inspiring, but Patrick Mahomes always knew that he was a special player. He just had to wait for his opportunity to shine, and when he got it, he took full advantage. Because of the numbers he put up the last 2 seasons as a Red Raider, the Kansas City Chiefs took a chance on him with the 10th overall pick in the 2017 NFL Draft. He was the backup to Alex Smith, who had a horrific injury that should have ended his career, but he miraculously got back on the field. He was named the starter in 2018 after the Chiefs traded Smith to the Washington Redskins. That season, Mahomes threw for 5,097 yards, 50 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. He became the only quarterback in history to throw for more than 5,000 yards in a single season in both college and in the NFL. He was named the starter in 2018 after the Chiefs traded Smith to the Washington Redskins. That season, Mahomes threw for 5,097 yards, 50 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. He became the only quarterback in history to throw for more than 5,000 yards in a single season in both college and in the NFL. He joined Peyton Manning as the only players in NFL history to throw for 5,000 yards and 50 passing touchdowns in the same season. For his performance in his first season as a starter, he was named to the Pro Bowl, named to the first team All-Pro, and won the NFL Offensive Player of the Year and MVP awards. So it's safe to say, after this season, he was officially on the map. And the 2019-20 season was even crazier. This was when he started to make his way towards being the face of the league. He had a passer rating of 105.3 and threw for just over 4,000 yards with 26 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions, which was good enough to not only win the Super Bowl against the 49ers, but his first Super Bowl MVP. These were some of his most crazy plays from the 2019 season.
slings it way down the field to Watkins. Sammy Watkins for the touchdown.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner, fires downfield, caught, touchdown. Only Mahomes.
In 2020, Mahomes signed a record-setting 10-year contract extension with the Chiefs to stay in Kansas City for life. And oh yeah, it could be worth up to $503 million. Not too shabby. And the thing that makes Mahomes so special is that even though he just won the Super Bowl, people were posting social media videos of him getting right back to work, practicing different arm angles to throw the ball, getting stronger and faster. So he may not seem like that kind of guy, but he quietly does have that Mamba mentality. 2020 was a crazy season for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They were able to clinch their 5th consecutive AFC West title, and they did something pretty incredible in going 8-0 on the road. And how was this able to happen? You probably already know my answer. Patrick Mahomes. But he still had the help of both Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill at this time. Patrick threw for 4,740 yards with a whopping 38 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. And I think we all remember the crazy game against the Cleveland Browns where Rashard Higgins had that crazy play where he fumbled to the back of the end zone after a missed helmet-to-helmet call. And then Mahomes himself got hit in the head, which took him out of the game, and Chad Henne somehow led Kansas City the rest of the way, managing to escape to the AFC Championship game after a gutsy 4th down call by Andy Reid. They ended up losing to Tom Brady and the Bucs to end off the season, but it was still amazing to see what Mahomes did. In 2022, the Chiefs failed to reach the Super Bowl, but the next 2 seasons, they went back-to-back, facing many different challenges, and these last 2 seasons really gave that dynasty feel to the franchise. And the media had a lot of praise for what Mahomes was doing. Alright, so now that I talked about a lot of the team stuff, how is Patrick Mahomes actually so good? Because like I said, he doesn't specifically stand out in one area of the game. He's not insanely quick, he's got arm talent, but there's many QBs that can sling it further. He's smart, but not Brady smart. So what does make him so good? And my answer is pretty simple. Just like how Brady and Belichick were so successful together, I think Andy Reid is the best current head coach in the NFL by far, and when you combine that with the best current QB, you're probably going to see some results. And Mahomes also doesn't play like other quarterbacks. I mean, when you're willing to make a Superman throw completely parallel to the ground like this.
He was parallel to the ground when he threw it.
That's unbelievable. And get it there, and it actually hits him in the face mask, and Mahomes knows that was a chance.
Then you are going to stand out from the crowd. And if any of the receivers stepped up in that game, the Chiefs probably could have 4 Super Bowls. But if you still aren't buying that Patrick Mahomes is a wizard, then we gotta talk about the most recent season in 2024. This was the first time in his career where he had minimal help. I mean, he even had guys lining up off sides that ended up costing the Chiefs a game.
There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage as the pass is to an open Travis Kelce, who flings it back over to Tony. My goodness, this is going for a touchdown.
This is not a design play. Kelce's always looks around as if he's a quarterback, and he does.
19 offense.
So the fact that Mahomes was still able to figure out a way to win the Super Bowl with one of the worst receiving cores in the league and a distracted Travis Kelce was probably the most impressive feat of his career so far. And he's gotten so big to the point where people are literally making fake Patrick Mahomes in public videos. Shout out to Vic in the game. But yeah, I cannot wait to see what Mahomes does the rest of his career, because if he gets one more ring anytime soon, those GOAT comparisons truly will start to become a real thing. Going into the 2024-25 season, the Bills helped the Chiefs out a little bit by trading their draft pick, allowing them to get their hands on Xavier Worthy, and then they also brought in Hollywood Brown. So the Chiefs receiving core got a lot better and a lot faster. So if Mahomes was able to win a Super Bowl with what he had last year, I can't even imagine what this year is going to be like. Let me know in the comments below what your expectations for Patrick Mahomes are, and if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.